I don't know what I'm going to do.
Sir?
Can we clear the courtroom, please?
A normally calm courtroom is interrupted with a shocking outburst in Kentucky when the family of a victim lash out during an accused murderer's preliminary hearing.
He's dead. Don't worry about it. I got somebody inside.
Oh.
In all, 4 people were arrested after making threats and becoming physically violent.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a few of the participants in that, from that family or group in cuffs, and some of them are being arrested.
The intense argument, all caught on camera, caused even the judge to begin yelling. It happened on September 28th in Louisville, Kentucky. That's where 30-year-old Jalen Forrest is charged with murder and domestic violence in the death of 59-year-old Victor Anderson Sr. Investigators say Forrest strangled him to death on September 18th in the St. Denis neighborhood. According to court documents, someone can be heard on a 911 call saying, quote, "Jalen, back up off me." Investigators say Anderson was Forrest's stepfather. Days after the murder on September 28th, Jefferson County Judge Yvette De La Guardia began Forrest's preliminary hearing, calling for a respectful courtroom.
This is a public courtroom, so everybody is welcome to sit here and to listen. I'm not going to allow any outbursts or discussions or conversing amongst anybody in the courtroom, and I do expect everybody to conduct themselves appropriately.
With that, the preliminary hearing began.
We are on the record in Jalen Forrest, Commonwealth versus Jalen Forrest.
The state began by calling Louisville Detective William Burns to the stand.
Detective Burns, were you involved in investigating a homicide that occurred on September 18th, 2023 at 4523 Broadleaf Drive?
I was.
But amidst Detective Burns's first response, an argument broke out in the gallery.
They then made contact with a property manager or a maintenance.
Excuse me. Please don't let that happen again. You may
Don't
continue.
look back here. Turn your mother.
Ma'am?
Judge, can we clear the courtroom?
Yes. No, just ma'am. I'm sorry if you're not able to. You're excused. You can watch virtually, ma'am.
Judge De La Guardia can be heard asking a woman to leave, but she doubles down, swearing at Forrest and claiming he killed her father.
That mother killed my handicapped daddy. Him. Right. And your dad's daughter. My daddy.
But even as the judge calls for the commotion to stop, the yelling grows louder.
Ma'am.
You sick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Sir?
Can we clear the courtroom, please?
At one point, Detective Burns even attempts to leave the witness box to calm the situation. This as the judge screams for the courtroom to be cleared as Forrest is rushed from the room. Next, the judge threatens to hold those acting out in contempt of court.
Go! Leave! Cool off, you guys, go! Step outside! Cool off!
I don't know what I'm going
Go! Go! You guys, I know this is hard. Step outside or I'm gonna hold you all in contempt. Go!
As people are ushered out of the courtroom, one woman can be heard yelling, quote, "I got somebody inside," meaning jail or prison.
He's dead. Don't worry about it. I got somebody inside.
Oh,
He got me.
I have an issue with that. Yeah, that's a problem.
Ma'am.
That's a problem.
Judge De La Guardia calls for the entire courtroom to be cleared.
Do you want to join the rest of the folks who've left the courtroom?
You all good? Just hang out in here for a while. Yeah.
I'm going to clear the courtroom. Everyone step outside for a second. I want the attorneys to approach. Everyone is excused at this time.
Sit down, do I leave? What do you want?
You're fine. Don't leave. Your presence is just excused until I'm able to discuss what to do next with the parties.
Even after the courtroom is evacuated, yelling can be heard from outside the doors.
I think the other people that are not involved in any of that.
Okay. The daughter they're
I
referring
had
to.
no inkling that any of that was going to happen, Your Honor.
But no one's blaming you. The daughter they're referring to is his daughter who was.
Next, the judge admits she's not sure how to handle such a violent situation.
When somebody said clear the courtroom, it was your motion to clear the courtroom,
Yes.
just to be clear.
I thought you said it, so
I did do it.
Okay.
She did.
But I
Yeah.
thought maybe I need, perhaps the court needs better training on how to address situations like that, because yeah, it probably wasn't safe.
We
I
have a
did, I
lot of-
wasn't even looking, and I
understand
turned
that,
around and there
but
was a chair.
court judge
like,
stays
all
in the
over my
courtroom.
head,
Yeah,
and
it came-
I was trying to not
Okay,
not
so I understand
engage,
that.
and
It
then
happens.
I just saw somebody with a chair,
Yes.
and
It
But the
happens
judge said
kind of
clear
out of
the
nowhere. I
courtroom.
mean, we have murder probable cause hearings most
Okay,
weeks,
but
and
judge
this
still
doesn't
said clear
always
the courtroom.
happen.
They're fighting and I don't wanna go out there, I just wanna keep.
Okay, you're good.
You're
It's
okay.
fine.
She even admits she's not sure how to move forward.
I don't even know what the protocol is, honestly. Like, I don't want to say anything and then somebody end up hurt because of it.
Both sides then discuss what's next for the hearing.
I'm gonna,
I mean, I think that anyone who engaged in any threatening behavior is certainly can be excused from the courtroom and not allowed
I
to
don't
observe the
appreciate the
hearing.
threat on my client's life.
I did hear that.
I will say that
I didn't know.
he does have. There's somebody in custody right now who's accused of murdering his daughter.
Okay. So how would you all like to proceed?
I'll be ready to proceed in just a moment.
You wanna go talk to him? A little bit?
I need,
Call him in.
Ms. Gilbert, perhaps you are aware, I know there's a rule. I can't kick everyone out of a public courtroom. But I think that I can
I think that you can exclude certain people out
people,
of this.
and I'm inclined to
Yes.
do that,
Yes.
based on what I've seen.
Yes, I think that, I mean, I
Every,
normally would never say, Judge, don't let a victim's family be
Never.
in a courtroom.
but I think most of the, I can't say with any certainty that the entire group, were all engaged in like threatening
It's out the
behavior,
hallway.
but most of them
Yeah,
certainly
we'll go out
were.
there, you can.
So
I
I'm not sure who wasn't part of that.
With that, the judge asks if things have calmed down outside. First responders say multiple people are being taken into custody.
What is your all safety protocol for when something like that happens? Should we bring the people who don't have anything to do with that back in?
That's entirely up to you. I mean, if they're just here for their regular.
They're regular,
cases,
yeah.
yeah, sure.
I didn't mean to throw them out into the,
Fricas.
We didn't know who was who at the time, Judge.
Yeah, I don't
no, I know.
We didn't have a choice.
Is it relatively calm out there at this moment?
Yeah, I mean, they've got a few of the participants in that, from that family or group in cuffs, and some of them are being arrested.
Court officials then decide to move on with the preliminary hearing closed to the public.
But it's calmed down.
So I don't want anybody who I saw verbally expressive or outwardly physical to come back in.
Judge, I would prefer if no one comes back in. I think. At
So it's
some
your
point-
motion for a closed courtroom.
I think at some point, every single person over there said something.
It did seem like that.
Yeah.
I'm
After
ready.
the first person got removed, I think.
I think we can get started right
all
now.
hell broke loose.
What do you all think?
I think we lock the door and do it without anybody.
This is going to be a closed proceeding, but I do want everyone to know that they can watch it on Zoom, because I don't think,
So you're not gonna allow anybody back in the courtroom?
not the
with you?
families, no.
Because they're trying to clear out the hallway, but part of the problem is people are supposed to be in here, they're kinda hanging around.
People who don't have anything to do with the case can come back in.
Who don't have anything to do with the case?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
As part of the hostile outburst, 4 people were arrested. They now face charges of disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. As for Forrest, he's due back in court on November 28th. Reporting for Law&Crime Network, I'm Sierra Gillespie.